In professional wrestling, some names just mean more. Hart, Von Erich, Rhodes, these are families that built dynasties in the ring. We've seen sons and daughters step up to carry on that legacy. But what happens when the legacy isn't from wrestling, but from Hollywood? What happens when the daughter of a legendary action hero and a world-famous supermodel decides to trade fashion runways for the unforgiving canvas of a wrestling ring? Whoa! You get the unbelievable story of Arissa. She was born into a world of fame and luxury with her father, Steven Seagal, being one of the biggest action stars on the planet, and her mother, Kelly LeBrock, being a cultural icon. Arissa could have done anything, but she chose the path of sweat, sacrifice, and pain. Her journey to become a wrestler was nearly over before it started, thanks to a devastating injury that would have made most people quit. This isn't just a story about a celebrity's kid playing wrestler. It's a story of resilience, grit, and chasing a dream against some seriously incredible odds. Number one, more than just a name. Born in 1993 to action star Steven Seagal and actress Kelly LeBrock, Arissa was basically Hollywood royalty from day one. Her dad wasn't just an actor. He was a 7th on black belt in Aikido, who turned his martial arts mastery into a blockbuster movie career. Her mom was the iconic star of films like The Woman in Red and Weird Science. With that kind of DNA, you'd think a life in the spotlight was a given, but Arissa was determined to do it her way. She first made a name for herself not as an actress, but as a successful plus-size model, lending major campaigns and becoming a powerful voice for body positivity. She even led cameras into her life on the reality series Growing Up Supermodel, proving she could handle the public eye. But while she was succeeding in fashion, a different fire was starting to burn. It was a fire lit by her father's legacy, but one she was going to carry in her own way. While most people just saw a model, Arissa was secretly dedicating herself to combat sports. She started seriously training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and was good at it, winning medals in tournaments. This wasn't some celebrity hobby. She was building a legitimate athletic foundation, proving that the fighting spirit of Steven Seagal was very much alive in his daughter. Number two, the WWE dream and a nightmare injury with a famous name, a modeling background, and legitimate BJJ credentials. Arissa LeBrock was the kind of unique prospect that wrestling promotions dream of. And in December 2019, the biggest name in the game came calling. WWE invited Arissa for a tryout at their high-tech performance center in Orlando. This was a show. WWE tryouts are famously brutal, designed to push athletes to their breaking point. Over 40 other hungry prospects were there, all fighting for a life-changing contract. For many, the pressure is just too much. For Arissa, it felt like the beginning of everything. But wrestling can turn a dream into a nightmare in a split second. Shortly after the tryout, Arissa suffered a devastating injury. The specifics were kept private, but it was bad enough to put her entire wrestling career on hold. The dream was shattered. It looked like this might be another story of a celebrity finding out that wrestling is a lot harder than it looks. Arissa even admitted that she had gotten comfortable in the darkest, worst place in my life. It seemed like her journey was over. Number three, a lifeline from a legend. just when it looked like her dream was dead. A lifeline came from someone who knows a thing or two about legacy and stepping out of a famous father's shadow. Wrestling legend Dustin Rhodes. Dustin, known to millions as the brilliant and bizarre Goldust, is the son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He saw something in Arisa, not just a celebrity, but a kindred spirit with a story of resilience that needed to be told. He invited her to train at his Rhodes Wrestling Academy in Austin, Texas. This was her second chance. This wasn't the WWE Performance Center. This was an old-school wrestling school where you earn respect through hard work, not your last name. Arisa packed her bags, moved to Texas, and dedicated herself completely to learning the craft. She said that when she got the call from Dustin, she knew it was time to give every ounce of passion within me to professional wrestling. Under Dustin's mentorship, she started the grueling process of rebuilding herself. Dustin praised her dedication, saying, "She's doing a great job, but this is only the beginning for her." You saw the fire inside her, the drive to prove she was more than just a headline. You saw a wrestler. Number 4. The debut and a new beginning. In March of 2023, the comeback was official. At a student showcase for the Rhodes Wrestling Academy, Arisa Librook made her pro wrestling debut. There were no TV cameras or big press releases. It was a world away from the glamour she was born into. It was real, raw, and completely earned. Her style in the ring is described as brutally efficient, a clear nod to her martial arts background. It's not flashy. It's a hard-hitting, submission-based approach that feels totally legitimate. It's a style that honors her father's on-screen persona, but is delivered with her own unique fire. That quiet, humble debut might have been more meaningful than any grand entrance on network television. It answered the one question that follows every celebrity who steps into wrestling. Are they serious? By turning her back on an easier path, fighting back from a career-threatening injury, and grinding it out in a Texas wrestling school, she proved her dedication beyond any doubt. She was no longer just Steven Seagal's daughter. She was Arisa Librook, the professional wrestler. Arisa Librook has a rare combination of Hollywood star power, a real combat sports background, and an incredible comeback story. But now the real work begins. If she eventually makes it to a major company like WWE or AEW, how should she be presented? Should they lean into her Hollywood legacy, build a character around her dad's action hero persona, or tell the real-life story of her amazing comeback? Let me know what you think in the comments. What's the perfect gimmick for Arisa Librook, and who would be her dream first opponent? Arisa Librook's journey proves that a legacy isn't just what you're given. It's about what you build with it. She was born into Hollywood royalty, but chose the grit of the wrestling ring. She stared down a career-ending injury and refused to give up. She has her mother's star presence and her father's martial arts intensity, but she's channeling it all into something that is completely her own. She isn't just riding her family's coattails. She's adding a bold and unexpected new chapter to their name. From the fashion runway to the wrestling ring, from a devastating setback to a triumphant return. Arisa, LeBrook has proven she has the heart of a warrior. As her mentor, Dustin Rhodes, said, pretty soon the whole world's going to be talking about Arisa. The wrestling world is watching a new bloodline one nobody saw coming.